Namo Saskya Muni Munaye Buddhaya. Respected Thai, dear beloved community. It's a wonderful moment to be here together in this question and response session. And it's a kind of meditation, contemplating, also healing. When we ask the question from our heart, we entrust ourselves, our beloved ones, to the collective energy of compassion, of awakening produced by our fourfold community, and also transmitted by our ancestors. And it's very healing to be able to do that, to share question from our heart, to be listened, to be heard, to be seen by the collective energy of understanding and love. And healing is taking place right away. Yeah. And the response comes also from our heart, from our brother and sister. We will ask them to introduce themselves to us, and also from each of us. And I make a joke today to Thầy Kylie. We will try our best as panel to answer all the easy questions. All of them. Yeah, all of the easy ones. And knowing that there will be more Dharma talks, 2 more, and OI presentation and Dharma sharing, all the difficult ones we pass on. It's very easy. And each of us also have the insight, so we entrust that insight to each of us as well. So it will be a very cozy, very family atmosphere, and nourishing session today. And for our friends who would like to ask the question, you are invited to come here and to sit one by one on this chair. It will be an intimate sharing and listening. And please take your cushion to sit on the floor as well. And if you ask the question in your own language, we cannot understand, please bring your own translator along. So when we share in English, you get the translation right away into your mother tongue. Yeah. So now we would like to ask our sisters and brothers to introduce themselves to the community.
Dear Thai and dear community, can you hear me? Thank you. It's lovely to sit here and see all these beautiful faces. In the guided meditation, we were reminded that I am in the Sangha and the Sangha is in me. And it really feels like that to sit up here right now. So my name is Eevi Beck, Chen Bitu. I come from the country of Norway in the north of Europe. And I have been coming to Plum Village for a number of years, usually in the summer. And sometimes I say I must be the world's most experienced practitioner in leaving Plum Village. So I'm a lay Dhammacharya, I'm a teacher in this tradition and also living the ordinary life of a householder. And this is the experience that I bring to this panel. Thank you.
Dear Thai and dear community, my name is Michael Ciborski, and I reside mostly in New Hampshire in the United States. I'm part of a small and growing mindfulness center and residential community there. I'm also, like Eevi, living a life of a householder, and I'm married to another Dharma teacher named Fern, who's not here right now, I don't think. And we have 3 children, and it's wonderful to be on an adventure of growing a community that we are in as a continuation of our experiences here in Plum Village. Both she and I lived in the Plum Village communities for almost 9 years. A good portion of that as younger sisters and brothers to these 2 lovely monk and nuns sitting next to me. And it's a great treat to be able to sit with you. And yeah, thank you.
Dear respected Thai, dear beloved community, I feel like my voice is a little bit not very clear, but I hope that you do understand because I have had a cough for almost 10 days. Still there. My name, for those of you who do not know me, then my name is Thoại Nghiêm, and I have been here for years. I have been hiding myself for almost every day of this retreat with the hope that I will be better. I think I'm better. So I cannot escape myself anymore, and here I am. Like my brother said, we will try to answer all the easy questions, so please do not give me a hard time. Thank you so much for coming here. And I feel like we are really an international family. We're all here, we all share together our experiences, our practice, and our goal to bring peace and bring mindfulness to the whole world. Thank you so much.
Dear respected Thai, dear beloved community, my name is Dharma Response, Brother Pháp Ứng, originally from Vietnam and lived in Holland for 10 years with Dutch and Vietnamese nationality. I have been here some years as well, and this is a legendary moment to be together in this wonderful retreat. We are looking forward for this very nourishing session. Thank you. So for now, for our Sangha members, if would monastic and non-monastics, if you would like to ask the question, please come up, and you may like to write the question on paper as well and pass to here. And we would like to practice meditation also. Before asking the question, Sister Thoại Nghiêm will invite one sound of the bell for us to breathe, to enjoy our togetherness together. And then you can ask the question. And each of us have only one question to ask. So you need to choose the one you would like to ask. So enjoy one sound of the bell. And for those of us who would like to ask the question, please take time, enjoy each step to sit here. Already you don't have to wait. Thank you.
dear Thai, dear respected teachers and family. My name is Tan. I have been practicing in Thai tradition in 8 years, and I have been practiced in Vietnam, in Norway, and in France. I have sometimes some difficulties and suffering, which I myself cannot recognize, but other members in the community can recognize it. On the one side, other members in the communities, they may want to shine the light for me so that I can see my difficulties and my suffering. But sometimes they are a little bit afraid, because they're afraid if they say it out, they will hurt me. They will harm the harmony and the relationship with me. And to be honest, it's very painful when somebody say the truth, suffering that I really have. It's really painful. On the other side, sometimes in the communities, we also see other people also have the difficulty and suffering that that person cannot see it. So my question is how to shine a light for each other in a community without harming the harmony and the brotherhood and the sisterhood in a community. Thank you.
And dear Thai, dear community, I will try to open some sharing on this and rely on the rest of the panel to help to fill it out. I remember experiences where I had light shone on me, and it was also painful. Sometimes that I would, use that expression, but even before I knew of the practice of shining light, when someone reflects back to you your behavior, your way, and it can hurt. And so there's two things I would like to bring out. One is a little bit about how I learned the practice of shining light. And the other is about learning to be with the suffering that you feel inside. So starting with the practice of shining light, I can remember when, as a young monk in Upper Hamlet, we started to try this practice, and we were very clumsy in the beginning. And slowly learned a little bit how to do it better and better. But there was always several parts to that practice. And the first part has nothing to do with the suffering that you see in the other. It's the opposite. It's flower watering. It's being able to strengthen and appreciate that person. And this is a very important piece of the practice of shining light. In fact, it's a very important piece of any relationship, right? To cultivate that space between you and another person that is based on appreciation, gratitude, interest, and enthusiasm for what makes them shine, right? And finding ways to help that to happen, that the flowers in the other person to blossom. And so the first part of a shining light is that. And once you have done that, then when you begin to speak about the unskillfulness that you perceive in the other person, there is already an awareness that there is more than that suffering. And that's the important part of being able to express a suffering or an unskillfulness in a relationship, but also being able to put it in the context that this is just one part of your relationship, and there are many other things that you can see and you're cultivating that are wholesome. And that makes it a lot easier. It can still hurt, but there's more happening than just the hurt. Right? I also would like to differentiate here also that I think it's helpful sometimes before shining light to practice beginning anew. Because the beginning anew process is also, it's very similar, but it's more about understanding your part. You know, the second step of beginning anew after flower watering is to express your regret and your part in creating the dynamic that's there. And that makes it easier to express about the unskillfulness without blaming, right? So, we often would talk about shining light in sanghas also where you will invite people to shine light on you rather than waiting for the tough moment to arise. But cultivate some strength and create a special moment where 1 or 2 or 3 members of your sangha can come together and shine light. And you can invite that to happen rather than waiting for an emergency. But the other part that I mentioned in the beginning is about being able to be present with yourself when you hurt. And this is hugely important also in relationships. If there's going to be hard moments in every relationship, and you can try to ignore that, or you can develop a relationship with the parts of you that hurt. And step by step, over time, each time you learn to embrace the pain in you understand it more deeply, and you don't feel a victim of it so much. But it takes practice. You can't just suddenly achieve, the perfect embrace, and now I don't suffer anymore. It takes time to build up that strength and that capacity. There was a retreat in Blue Cliff Monastery in the United States a few years ago, maybe 2014, that Thai led, and it was titled The Art of Suffering. Right? That was the name of the retreat. And that's what we kind of have to learn, this art of being with the suffering inside ourselves. Yeah. So I'm going to open up, maybe my brothers and sisters can share more.
So, hello, Tan. I am Tan's mentor. He's an aspirant to join the core of the Order of Interbeing. So, this question is very interesting to me also because maybe it's a reflection of something that I have not contributed sufficiently as a mentor. So there's a little bit of shining light on my practice as a mentor. I have heard of many instances of lay practitioners trying to apply some of the beautiful practices from Plum Village and finding them really helpful, and also stories of the practices not quite working. And so the question of what are some of the conditions to make it possible, for example, to sit down together and do a beginning anew, to do flower watering or do shining light, and for it to be beneficial, is the question I've had at the back of my mind for a while. And sitting up here, it seems to me that it depends on an ingredient which in Plum Village flows freely. And when we're in an environment where we're not with so many practitioners, it's not always so easy to feel it in our hearts. And that's the ingredient of trust, of mutual trust between the two people or the three people or who are involved. And so the daily practice of building the other person's trust in me and allowing myself to soften, to trust the other person, seems to be an ingredient that's very beneficial even before we sit down to do a specific practice. And it seems to me right now I'm in a quite new relationship, and I'm seeing how I need to remember to do the softening and to also to show that I appreciate that my partner does give me feedback. And I must remember to say that and show it for very little things, so that as time goes, we have the necessary trust to deal with the bigger problems, the more challenging issues to talk about. Thank you.
The third step.
I'm sorry, I forgot the third step of shining light. So there's the first one of expressing, watering flowers by sharing with the other how much you appreciate and how much you see their skillfulness and in their way of being. And the second one about sharing where things may not be so skillful. And the third one is to reflect on what it is that you think really would make sense for them to undertake as a practice, right? To bring these two things closer together. And for me, that was a really interesting experience every time we did it in the community and in Upper Hamlet. And honestly, I haven't done it very much since then. But every time that we did it, because when we get through that third step, we realize that, like you just said, Eevi, the shining light is about not only about the person who's being shown light on, but it illuminates the perceptions of the other people and the way that they think and the way they experience things too. So it becomes a shining light on everyone. And the suggestions that come about, like what we might do to practice to transform our unskillfulness, often have to do with shared experiences. So sort of what we might undertake together, right, to change that. Because you start to see very quickly how what is unskillful in you also has to do with unskillful in me, right, and so on.
Thank you very much, Brother Michael and Sister Eevi. I want to make sure that I remember your name well. Thank you. Very complete and very compassionate, and I think you are happy with that. The Sangha is happy. So your question benefits everyone. Thank you so much.